Okay, great, guys. Welcome in. Welcome in. If you don't know who we are, my name is Stacey. My late husband worked for WWE in production for over 20 years. What I saw was happening with WWE and kind of on its decline. I didn't want my late husband's legacy to fall with it. So I decided to start my TikTok channel and my YouTube and everything else based on my experience, based on me being there, based on me seeing things, based on me learning things and what's going on with the business. And so I brought it to my page to tell my story.
And then you got me, a fan of the business. A fan of the business. I look at things from a fan point of view, not a behind the scenes point of view. I look at things as, hey, this was pretty awesome. Why did this happen? And then that's where you would come in and say, this is why it would happen, right? Kind of deal, right? So you got both of us, one out in the front, one in the back, and we just analyze everything. I've been on here for about 3 to 4 years on this account, 7 on my other account. We'll leave that. And yeah, and here we are.
Yeah.
So
Welcome in.
So the last time we were talking, we were gonna talk about the tag team division. But if you want to talk about something else, that's perfectly fine too.
Well, I mean, we could talk a little bit about some current things.
Yeah.
With some of the things that are going on.
Yeah.
So, Triple H came out in an interview and said that he's kind of sick. He wants to tell all of the online critics of WWE to go F off.
Yeah, I saw that.
Just to kind of sit back and watch it instead of bitching is basically what he's saying. He's telling us all to sit down, shut up, I don't care, watch it.
Yeah.
Right? And so that's actually lend itself to, have you noticed lately that all of a sudden you've got these WWE and AEW guys switching back and forth?
Yeah, I noticed a lot of that, yeah.
Right? So over the last couple of months, there's been a significant jump in that.
Yeah.
You've always seen it throughout the course of time. You've always mostly seeing WWE, letting people go and AEW snatching them up, right?
Yeah.
Now you're seeing it go both ways.
Yeah.
Them intertwining with each other, but like jumping back and forth because these contracts aren't long contracts anymore.
No, that's right.
Yeah. Right? The contracts themselves are shorter. So you're not doing a 10-year contract with somebody or, after so many years, this is your bonus. Those contracts don't exist anymore. There's like one lump sum. It's up front. You get that for a certain period of time, and it might be a year or two, shorter periods of time. And then, so they can jump back and forth. But I just don't know where I think that's benefiting either one of them.
No, and you see, what I've noticed, though, too, is with them releasing people, they wouldn't release until after WrestleMania. And they're doing it before that. So there's got to be something, like why would you release guys that you're building up to WrestleMania? You just can release them after WrestleMania. Okay, that's all right, but do it after. Don't do it before this, right? And that's what AEW does too. They release them before them. Like I know we would get people come in like September, October, new hirees. Okay, we get those, right? That's what we get. But we didn't get that this past year though. We didn't get none of the new hirees in October, September, October.
Right.
Let's go. So now we're getting people released now. But who is actually going to be on the roster now, right? Like, are we going to put Obi Femi, for instance? Where is he going to be on the roster? Is he going to showcase himself at Royal Rumble or Elimination Chamber or night after WrestleMania? Like, what's going to happen with that guy, right? And you don't see none. You just see promos. The promos, like I get the promos is what you do need, but to an extent. Like we know who the guy is. Let's put him all down, right?
Right. Yeah, I don't know where. Okay, so we already know that for the most part, WB is running storylines that are about a uptick. Well,
there you go.
You good?
Oh, I'm good now. Yeah.
Okay. So what I was saying was that we've noticed that storylines are lasting 2 weeks, and so maybe there isn't like that big draw up to WrestleMania. But this is WrestleMania season. This is what they did over the last couple of years that screwed over what WrestleMania was supposed to be,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Where you get no big build up heading towards WrestleMania,
No.
and all these storylines that don't make sense, and all these recycled storylines that are just throwing in other characters,
Yeah.
and so you would think they would learn from that mistake,
Oh yeah, of course.
right?
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like it now, does it?
No, it doesn't. And they haven't even announced until this Friday who's going to be in the Royal Rumble. Normally, you would have December saying, "Hey, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be here. I'm going to be there." You get all these guys coming in. And now, okay, so
Right.
this Royal Rumble, we're just going to have just Cody Rhodes in it? Is that what we're going to have? Like, come on, right? Give us something to go with here, right?
Right.
They don't have that. They're fixated on matches except for the Rumble. The Rumble is what makes the Rumble. Like, you gotta
Right.
put more emphasis on the Rumble, and I don't see the Triple H doing that right now. And we got 2 weeks away. Okay, where's the matches? There's no matches yet. Usually there would be.
Right.
Yeah.
Right now, you would already know what the card is going to look like.
Yeah.
You would at least know some of the stories. So they would have been building up to Royal Rumble, not just main event, but some of the other characters would have had these little side stories happening by now.
Yeah.
You don't have that,
No, you don't. You don't really have that.
right? You don't really have that right now. And I'm not gonna, full transparency, I have not been watching Monday Night Raw as of late
Yeah.
to see how they're building into this, but I have seen a lot of clips and a lot of things. I do look at WWE news quite often,
Yeah.
and I've seen a lot of things that just an indicator to me that they have not learned their lesson over the last 2 years about these stories leading through Royal Rumble, leading to this is Mania season. This is when you start building all of that, and they're sitting on their hands. That's for sure.
Well, yeah, they really do.
Sitting on their hands.
They don't know what they're doing right now. They don't know who they're going to put in as the winner, or who's going to be number one, or who's going to be the main guy for the Rumbles. Like you don't get none of that. We got Friday Night SmackDown. We got 4 guys competing, and Friday, whoever wins that gets to meet Drew McIntyre. Okay, that's great. Don't get me wrong. That could have been done at Saturday's main event, and then have that whole thing up to now. They could have done something like that, and I think that they're putting things together just out of spontaneous. Like, let's just put this guy, see what happens, and that's something.
Well, you also think all this shifting back and forth between AEW and them, all these characters coming in and out. I mean, they don't even know who's going to be with WWE or who's not going to be with WWE during all these next events coming up.
Yeah,
because they're switching people left and right. It's almost as if, maybe this might be stretching just a moment, but I feel like this is almost as if, since AEW took the main 2025, that both of them are now thoroughly involved in securing talent over securing the storyline.
Yeah.
Does that make sense to you?
Oh, it makes a lot of sense,
I think they're spending a lot of time behind the scenes working on talent and a lot less time on actual presentation of the existing matches on either side, mind you.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not a AEW follower, but
I'm getting like a big Attitude Era vibe with WCW and WWE. They were doing that back in the day too, right? Like one guy began.
Yeah, they were. Yep.
Yeah, and they go back and forth, but they would do that after WrestleMania. They wouldn't do it before WrestleMania, right? Because whatever storylines you got between Survivor Series and WrestleMania, that's what they're going to stick with for the whole time.
Right.
There's nothing. We got nothing here.
Right. Yeah, I just think that, and so, back to the original, how we started this conversation with Triple H seemingly telling everybody, sit down, shut up, and just watch the show. H, you are where you are because of the people out here.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't talent.
No.
I mean, you married the boss's wife. That's how you got the other part of this position. But you telling people to sit down and just enjoy what crap you're putting out
No,
is
doesn't go good, right? It's just
does no good for that brand because your brand is already in the dumpster.
yeah. And you see the thing is too is Vince McMahon would never say that to the fans.
Not a chance.
No, like if he used to do something like that, he'd make that into a storyline for himself.
Right,
Right?
right. Now,
Triple H? No.
he couldn't pull off that storyline if he wanted to.
No, he couldn't. He really couldn't.
If he wanted to, like, go do a promo in the middle of the ring right now and go out and say, y'all just need to, be this complete ass, like,
Yeah.
the top dog, telling people to shut up. He couldn't even pull that off right now because he hasn't been in that. How do I explain this? He hasn't been in the promo business for a bit now.
Yeah.
And people just don't like him in general. Don't like him as a person in general.
Yeah.
They're not going to let you pretend that you're an asshole. They already know you're one.
Yeah, so why don't you just...
Like, nobody's going to go buy tickets because Triple H is going to be doing promos in a ring. No, it's like no one's going to spend thousands of dollars for the family to go see that. It's just not going to happen.
Right. And you see, with the heat that Triple H has got, why don't he use that to his advantage and do a storyline, right? Do something with this.
Yeah.
And
yeah, he could.
You could very well do a great storyline saying, screw you guys, this is the way we're going to do it, this is the way it's going to be done. And then have somebody, like, I don't know, somebody that's new to the company, come out. We have like Randy Orton, for instance, trying to berate him. And he's like, what the heck you think you're doing kind of deal? This is the WWE. We did this for many years. What the hell are you trying to do to the fans here? Like that kind of deal, right?
Right.
And nothing. They're just like, there it is. Like, no.
Right. Well, I just also wonder because of his recent, I wonder if he could pull it off as a storyline to begin with because of his recent involvement with suddenly being at the house that's white all the time.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sure Triple H is going to be able to pull this off when privately he's been seen in other places.
Yeah. I don't think he could, though. I don't think he could. There's no way.
I just don't see where because, political things are the great divide, right?
Yeah.
But I just don't think because of his involvement in so much of being up in government doing stuff there and visibly there, I don't think that he would. I don't think he'd be able to pull off that kind of storyline unless he involved that, and I don't think it would be in their best interest to involve that.
Yeah. And you see, another thing that Triple H could do, and this would give him like the most heat possible, and he would always be this heel. He'd come out to that ring, and since he's he's a political person now, okay, great. You create a stable, and correct me if I'm wrong, you're going to hate me on this. But call him ICE. 3 guys are surrounding him.
Oh my gosh, no.
And then like, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do. If you don't like it, this is what's going to happen, right? But
no, because here's the problem. The problem is they really do think like that really is what he believes in.
Yeah.
So it's going to be that would be a complete problem. No, I don't think they should do that.
No, but like, if you wanted the heat, if you want a storyline, something of that nature. I don't think
anybody should be using. They probably should not be using that as a storyline because there would be. It would turn in a whole. It wouldn't be a pretend fake storyline that people understood was fake because it's just such a real thing, right?
Yeah.
So he could get away with being the asshole and doing a promo and being the heel and doing all that.
Yeah.
He could get away with that if he had not placed himself privately in the arena of politics.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
Because now at this point, like, you either just can't stand the guy and think he's a complete dick, or you enjoy every moment that he's involved. So, you know what I mean? Like, there's not going to be anything to transform people's minds.
No, there isn't.
But if you want him to be a jerk about the about what he's saying in interviews, if you want him to go out and promote that, then you take somebody like, I would say, go against Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And just be like, as Americans, whatever, we don't sit down and just shut up or whatever, whatever problem you want to throw at that. But,
Yeah.
Maybe there's a mix of that you could do where he could just tell people to F off in this middle of the, middle of the ring.
Yeah.
But as far as him doing it in interviews, telling people, never mind that I'm screwing.
Yeah.
Never mind that I'm screwing. Hold on 1 second. I've got to get rid of.
Yeah, it's okay. No, I just feel that Triple H has really put himself out there. Like after every event, he's out there talking. Vince never did that. Vince was like, no, we don't need that shit. Don't need that kind of media. Stay behind stage, do your whatever your promos and all that, but never ever go up front and talk to like the ring announcers, the broadcasters. You don't do that. That was his thing, and it worked though. Like you never saw Vince do any of that stuff, right?
Right,
and
right.
It worked. Like he is an a-hole. We all agree he's an a-hole, but he just never put himself out there. And I've seen and I know you don't like this guy either. There's Vince Russo. I know you don't like him either. But he went.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't like. Listen, and just a reminder in case anybody's in here.
Yeah.
I don't know people. I do know them from the character they play on TV or what in wrestling, but I also know these people personally or have observed behavior personally. So if I dislike somebody, it's because I observed behavior that I don't care for.
Yeah.
And so Vince Russo is one of those people. I'm not fond of the guys throwing around their power.
Oh no, of course not. But
anybody that they place underneath them. I'm just not. I'm not that girl.
Vince Russo, he had a good opinion. Was don't put yourself out there, Triple H. Keep yourself in the back. Just nobody wants to see you up front. Okay.
No.
Make a special appearance. Like,
nobody really thinks you got this job based on merit.
Yeah.
Let's put that out there. Point blank. Beyond his politics.
Yeah.
Based on merit alone, Triple H shouldn't have that job.
No, of course not. And if he wants to put himself out there, I think he should put himself out there at the Royal Rumble, at Elimination Chamber, at the big PLEs, not every single time that a show ends. Oh, hey, I'm gonna be out here talking this now, right?
Right.
You just it gives off that aura of, oh, are we gonna see him now again? Oh, what is he gonna say now? Whereas if we don't see him from between now and WrestleMania, then come WrestleMania, he does the opening segment. Here I am. People go crazy over that because he's there. It's a special appearance.
Right.
But you don't see it with him. He's got to be the center of attention, and I've noticed that the past couple of years. He has to be that center of attention. If he's not there, something is wrong.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
And I think he. A, I don't think he knows, and B, I don't think he cares.
Yeah.
About what the WWE Universe's opinion is. I really don't think he does at all.
No.
Hi, how are you? I don't think he cares, right?
Yeah.
But play on that if you want to play on it. If that's the way, hi Christopher, nice to meet you. If that's the way you want to be portrayed, perceived, whatever you call it, then lean on that and lean on that 100%.
Yeah.
But again, he just doesn't have the merit to be standing where he's standing, and he can take that as criticism all day, every day that he wants to. But I don't think I'm alone in that criticism when I say
you're really not. And the thing with this guy, man, is just like I said, since he became content creator, it's a different Triple H than we've seen like 4 or 5 years ago.
Correct.
Like ever since he had that heart problem and he came back, that's when things changed for him.
Yes.
If he didn't have that heart problem, I think he'd be okay.
Well, I don't even know that. I don't know that. I think this whole thing started twisted all around and became a whole different picture when they were behind the scenes keeping this relationship with Stephanie's secret. That's when it changed.
Yeah.
That's really when it changed, when his arrogance started pulling forward a little bit more, when he stopped being the one that had to participate with his fellow wrestlers
Yeah.
in promos and selling it and all those things.
Yeah.
1 second, Fitz. When they could, he kind of started deviating from that after that moment.
Yeah.
And then he also got this arrogance about himself that I think just as years have gone on, and now with TKO putting him in that position that he's in, which I still think is a deal that Vince made.
Yeah, it is, of course.
Because most family businesses, at least all the ones, I mean, my first ex-husband's family was in business,
Yeah.
and when they went to sell the business, the one
Yeah.
deal that had to be written in there,
Yeah.
that no family member would lose any of their jobs.
Yeah.
Okay, so mind you, that's on a greater scale than this was, but still, I think it was probably written in that.
Yeah.
That
somebody's got to be there. Like somebody from the family has got to be there
yes,
at all times.
like our legacy as a family, somebody has to be
Yeah.
representing us still,
So
regardless
if
of what
it's
ourselves.
written in that way, couldn't they, if it's a possibility, couldn't they just say, okay, we'll bring somebody in, Shane comes in, Triple H, you're gone. Could they possibly do that? It's still in the family.
I think, and I'm not starting rumors, and I've never even questioned or asked anybody that I know behind the scenes this question, but what if it's a matter of that Shane McMahon cannot be, Shane won't do it if he's there?
That's a big possibility too, because those two never got along. They never did get along.
I didn't think they got along, but I thought that maybe it's a possibility that somewhere along the lines it's kind of like, no, I'll take over, Shane.
Yeah.
I'll take over. He's not going to be in a position that he's in.
Yeah. That's it.
And so as long as H is there, Shane's going to stay out. But the minute H isn't there, which, if this continues down the path that it's going, and AEW takes over WWE's position even into 2026, then I think you'll see TKO make a move, and I think you'll see it could be Shane.
Yeah, it could be, yeah.
No, right? I don't know, so I haven't checked sources, so don't anybody quote me and misquote me and do all those things. But it's just a thought to put in your head is that, what if the Shane isn't there but if not for Triple H being there? But if not for The Rock being on the board?
That's another big guy. That's another big guy, too. He's Rock's right there. Like, okay, if you're on the board, I get it. Do something to contribute to the company, right? Like make some appearances, do something, right? Do a storyline before WrestleMania. Do all. He's a big time guy. He should be out there pushing for Roman Reigns, I guess. Whatever. Do it. Roman Reigns and Rock. Like people have been wanting to see that match for ages.
Right.
And why can't they do that? Like why can't they say, hey, this is gonna be a one-off. This is gonna be WrestleMania, Roman and Rock. See how it goes.
My niece's cousin is Hacksaw Jim Duggan's. Oh, your niece's cousin is Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, interesting.
So
I got people that are asking.
I think that if TKO was to do a shake-up and say, hey, look, okay, Triple H, you did great for the first 2 years. Now you're screwing up. So we're going to take you out of the equation and we're going to bring in somebody else. They don't want me to say who that person is until... I just say day after WrestleMania. Here comes Shane O'Mac, right? There it is. Make that announcement at that show, and then you get some heat. Then you get some real good heat, right? Like it's just like wow. Like, okay, where's Triple H? What happened with him? Back to NXT. Go check him out.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, and I have said this, and I don't think that it's any. I'm not giving away any trade secrets, but I am telling you that. WWE, TKO makes most of their money off of branding and merchandise.
Yeah.
Okay? It's also how most, may I ask, Hoof Arted wants to know. My late husband worked for WWE in production for over 20 years. He was A2, his name was Frank. He was ringside audio. So I'm just wondering, as long as those things are holding their own, and look, what you see on television doesn't necessarily mean that the stadium is full.
No, it doesn't. We don't.
Okay, so they have. I've told you before. They've brought people from everywhere. They
Yeah,
bring
of
people
course.
from backstage if they don't have enough friends and family and people that know people there to bring everybody down into camera shot. They'll put all of production will sit in the damn
Oh yeah,
audience. They
of course.
they will make it look full, right? So, but
Yeah.
it doesn't mean the stadium's full.
No.
But I think if that starts declining. Thank you so much for the heartbeat. As that starts declining, I think they'll go back to ad revenue and they'll go back to ad revenue and merchandise.
Yeah.
And as the WWE universe is very loyal to the talent
Yeah.
themselves. So even if they're not going to spend this absorbent amount of money watching all these different streams,
Yeah.
just to see them actually wrestle, at the very least, the people out there will continue to buy that merchandise.
Oh, of course it will. Yeah.
The only way you change WWE is you stop buying their merchandise.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
That will never happen. So it is what it is. Right?
No, because there are certain things that their children. Their son, their daughter, their whatever's, their uncles, their aunts.
Yeah.
There's just too many of the WWE universe over the course of years
Yeah.
that is willing or wants to have those.
So here's a question for you. This time next year, where do you see the WWE at this time next year? Where do you see them at?
This time next year, I see them delving more and more into pulling stunts off, like a lot less about wrestling
Yeah.
and a lot more of what they can do, content, YouTube
Yeah.
video style crap.
Yeah.
Which is why I think you don't see the consistent storylines and things like that.
Yeah.
Because for them, they're just capitalizing on these short moments and having these things be viral in the internet in the universe there.
Yeah.
And sorry, right now Sid and I are just talking. We're not really having anybody come up, but give us a moment. We'll talk about that.
So here's a question though too for you. Okay. This other guy, he's viral on
I think
WWE now.
TKO actually is going to sell off WWE at some point.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if I think it'll be 2026, but I definitely think that if they go one more year, if they go one more year with AEW taking the spotlight, I think at some point TKO drops WWE.
Yeah, it's a big possibility. It's a huge possibility. And then
I think it'll go in to a private.
Yeah, and the one thing I've seen lately, actually, in the past 2 weeks, one wrestler has gone super viral in WWE, and that's Kit Wilson. Like, they put the gimmick behind him, they put the music behind him. The guy's golden now, right? And yet they're making the guy lose. Like, why are you making a guy that's viral and people are just loving the heck out? I'm a huge Kit Wilson fan now. That's it. That's just me. Because when
What's
I
his
see
name?
him,
Kid Wilson?
Kit Wilson. Oh yeah, Kit Wilson is a fantastic wrestler.
Kid Wilson.
He was with Pretty Deadly. How and Half Pretty Deadly.
Oh, okay.
They got black hair. That's the guy that they're really pushing now. And every time people hear his song, the arena just erupts, man. Like, holy cow! Because it's the song, it's the way he dresses, the way he performs, and the way he talks. And when you put all that together, you got Rick Martel and Shawn Michaels together, and you got Kit Wilson. And that's what people like to see.
So, the only reason why they may... I'm looking up his t-shirt sales, sorry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
I want to see what this is.
But he's just been viral in the past 2 weeks now. So this is like maybe his third appearance this year so far.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think his merch maybe is just going crazy. Probably is. But everybody that I see on TikTok, you got Kit Wilson songs every single place, and people just are going crazy. His TikTok handle is going nuts, and it's because he has this toxic masculinity, and that's his whole gimmick. And I'm loving this. I'm like, this is a great thing that they've done with the guy, but are they gonna fuck it up somehow? And I think that they will down the road. because
Yeah.
they're famous for doing that.
I can't get his ranking. I don't know why. Um,
But it's gonna be sad when they really
but
screw
I
him
think
up.
that's the wave of wrestling. You have to understand. I think that's the wave of wrestling.
Yeah,
I think that the wave of wrestling is who can go viral because they put a lot of effort with Logan Paul, and
yeah,
I knew. I just had a feeling in my mind that Logan Paul was going to be a dud, and I knew that because
yeah.
this kid can't get beyond wrestling in the backyard.
No,
He doesn't have the mentality to do so,
yeah,
and nor do I think he wants to. I think he really wants to just go out and do the podcast and do prank videos and do
yeah,
all that silly shit, and really doesn't want to stay to a regimented schedule.
yeah.
Because otherwise you would have to see him at every event, and you do not. So
Yeah, and so far he's been at every Raw show, and I've noticed that every time he comes out, he's not himself no more. He doesn't want to be there each and every week.
oh no, you can tell all over his face he doesn't want to be there.
Yeah, he doesn't want it.
100%. He puts no effort into being when he first was given the opportunity.
Yeah,
He had a little bit about himself, but he was also a very dangerous wrestler because of always needing to have that phone in his hand.
yeah.
But I think that over the course of time, I think that passion or wanting to has dissipated greatly.
Yeah.
And I think you can see it. I think everybody knows it. It's like the
of
writing's
course.
on the wall. But again, you can't take a YouTuber. You can take a wrestler and make them a YouTuber or a social media sensation.
Yeah.
But you can't take a social media sensation and make them a wrestler.
No.
Kind of doesn't work in reverse because a lot of people will pick up on the fakeness of it all, right?
Yeah.
And so,
I mean, you see, a lot of people have been saying on his app and every other app, they go, well, why hasn't Logan Paul brought in his brother Jake Paul, be it from a tag team? Granted,
I thought they were going to be honest with you.
that's what I thought too. I thought they were going to do that. And I think that's what Logan Paul was probably thinking there too. And I think they just dropped the ball because Jake's mouth was messed up. He's out for about 2-3 more months. It's done for him.
Oh, right.
Yeah. He can't talk no more, which is great.
What do we think about TNA and WWE?
Okay, I've had a person ask me this question here today, and I'm going to answer this one too. First of all, a person actually said to me that WWE owns TNA. They do not own TNA Wrestling. It's a partnership. They do not own it. They never had and never will own it. Okay, I love the partnership. I do. But I think it's about time that TNA separates itself from WWE now because they got an actual TV spot and go on their own now. That's what they've been looking for the past couple of years is get that boost up. They got AMC, break away from WWE and see what they can do.
Yeah, I think that so I watched TNA the other night because of them going with AMC channel.
Yeah.
And I get that on my cable anyway. So I watched it because there's TikTokers that were on it.
Yeah.
And so I watched it the other night, and is the quality's not quite there. The angles of stuff is just not quite there yet. But aside from that, like from a production standpoint, it's definitely B-roll.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that as a dig. It just is. Their venues, are pretty small.
Yeah.
So, it doesn't really equate. It doesn't film well.
No.
On TV. But aside from that, I think that TNA is rolling into the social media world.
Yeah.
A lot of their special guests for this big hyped, now on AMC, was a lot of TikTokers.
Yeah.
And they had also like Perez Hilton, who's a gossip journalist.
Yeah.
So they were doing a lot of that, like gimmicky kind of stuff, and but it's like B-roll gimmicky kind of stuff.
Yeah, I do.
And I really think that until they can elevate that a little bit, it reminds me of like Ohio wrestling.
Yeah. That's true.
and somebody's televising it.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to, disregard or be disrespectful to anybody, but from a visual standpoint, it just reminds me of like Ohio wrestling and somebody's filming it.
Yeah. Yeah. It basically is. That's and if they had brought in past producers like Jeff Jarrett, he knew what he was doing. Bring back the octagon ring. You got to bring back that octagon ring. And I know a lot of wrestlers did not like that octagon ring, but that's what separated TNA from WWE from everybody else was that octagon ring, and that's what people like to see. And the only reason they took it out because Hulk Hogan did not want to do that octagon ring. That's why they took that out. You're like, no, brother, I don't want it.
Well, he's no longer here, so
Yeah. So why can't they now put the octagon ring? They should have done it at the debut of AMC. Here it is again, right? Octagon ring kind of thing, right?
Right.
And again, dropping the ball. Big.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me see what I'm still trying to find Cat Wilson's ranking.
Oh.
I'm just dying to know what his.
Oh man.
Currently, the Elite 110 figure is popular. It doesn't rank him, so I'm gonna say that.
Okay, like I said, he's been viral.
He's pretty low, but I will say that's probably the reason why he's losing a lot. But as he gains momentum in this area, they will start to turn the tide on that. So I think that maybe if he's pretty popular, and if he's pretty popular on social media, then he'll move himself up.
Oh, of course.
Hopefully here.
And it's just gonna take a year for him to get a title. Okay, so we're not gonna even want to push him. It could be like they did with Fandango and Chris Jericho at WrestleMania. They really pushed that, right? You don't want to do it with Kit Wilson. You don't want to do that because let's face it, it wouldn't work, right? Like Jericho and Kit Wilson. Okay, it kind of work. But then Jericho got to put him over. Yeah, Jericho just signed with WWE. No, not gonna happen.
Yeah, I think that I think there's a lot of things that need to be. WWE needs to go back to what they're good at.
Yeah.
And not allow TKO to try to take them in a different and twist it into something it's not.
Yeah.
Because the more they keep twisting this into something that it's not, the further away from the people that are the reason why it's still there are going to be turned off by it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like WWE is based on gimmicks and gimmicks alone. That's what it works. And
right.
Where's your gimmicks, right? There's no gimmicks here. I don't see Omos. He was on AAA Wrestling here this past weekend. Why in the heck have they not put that guy up on the main roster? I don't get it. And because he is such a massive guy and friendly person. I've seen a lot of interviews he's doing. He's an awesome guy. And he's making like millions of dollars a year. And yet he's not put on WWE TV where he could actually be an actual monster gimmick and go with that. Nope.
Right.
Not happening.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to sit and say what, it's easy for people to all give an opinion based on, whatever, watching it and those kind of things over the course of the years and being a part of it, just like me, over the course of a number of years.
Yeah.
But they seemingly have a reason why they're trying to twist this into something that WWE is not.
Yeah.
And I think, and that's why I actually think it's going to fall further in 2026. Yeah. I think it's going to fall further down the ladder. And I think once it gets so far down the ladder that, now, do I think that like Tony Khan is going to be able to meet the moment? No, I don't.
No.
I don't think he's going. I mean, yes, they named AEW, favorite wrestling show, whatever.
Yeah.
But do I think Tony Khan has the ability to lift it higher, no.
No.
I think he stays right here. I just think WWE fell so hard.
Yeah. No.
Like I don't think that AEW went up here
Yeah.
and just naturally just beat WWE. I think WWE fell so hard that it automatically lifted AEW up.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah. And I think Tony Khan.
I don't think it was because of AEW.
No. I think with Tony Khan, he's comfortable where he's at. I don't think he wants to elevate it any more than where he's at. He doesn't know how to do it anymore. He's at that spot. And he's like, I got all these great wrestlers. Why would I want to elevate it anymore? No, I just keep it as it is.
Yeah, right.
And be fine. And if it works for him, fine, great. By all means.
Yeah, I don't see that he. I don't think they're. I don't think he's going to be able to. I don't think he's going to lift this higher. No. I think he was perfectly fine right where he's at. I mean, there are some people on this earth that are just there's once they get there, they're wherever it is they want to achieve, they're settled and they're good.
Yeah.
And they don't need to go any higher and do any further, right? And I think, thank you so much, Combs. Combs, let me answer your question. I do not remember Tom Bailey. And I had just entered, we would have just entered in the time frame that you had spoken on. I'm sorry. I know you sent it a couple times and I wasn't able to answer, but
see,
I think Tony Khan's fine with where he's at, and I don't think he's going to lift it any higher, and I don't think it's going to be any higher. But I think that WWE is going to fall further.
Yeah, no. With AEW, when I look at AEW and look at what Tony Khan's doing, he doesn't want to go any further up. I'm looking at another company that was the same back in the day, and they didn't want to go up. And what happened to them? Well, they're not around. It's AWA. They were the creme de la creme. They were bigger than WWE. And Vern Gallagher did not want to go any more than what he was at, and then that was it. And Vinnie Mac did Vinnie Mac, right?
Right.
And I think that's going to be the same thing with Triple H and WWE. They're going to see Tony Khan, and TKO's got money, so stop the money in there, right?
Well, they do. Yeah, but I just don't. I don't know why I think. I don't tell me. I mean, I don't really have anything to go behind it other than to say that I don't think TKO hangs on to it.
Yeah.
I think it's much more complicated than TKO thought.
Yeah, I think so too.
And it's because they were basing it off of UFC, and if they, I've been saying this a long time in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
UFC is nothing compared to WWE wrestling or wrestling itself. UFC is a different beast. It's a couple of titles a year. Yeah. It's marketing around those couple of titles, and now with Jake Paul exposing, contracts can be written one way or another.
Yeah.
No knockout clauses and stuff like that. With that all coming to light, which I'm sure people knew about it, maybe I'm behind the times and I didn't realize there would be a contract that said no knockout in a fight club. I just didn't realize that would be a thing.
Yeah.
But if that is the case, then you're kind of just marketing a couple of times a year for a couple of big fights, and the other ones are all just low level marketing and not a whole lot of investment.
Yeah.
And but with WWE, it's kind of like a everyday cycle of things, right?
Yeah.
And you not only have contracts, and you have bid contracts now, amongst all these players, but you have the production of it all that's every single week. It's not twice a year. It's not 3 a month. It's not 1 a month. It's not any of those things. It's every single week, and they're in the grind. I don't think that TKO realized the position of that and what that weekly grinding of a production is like.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason why Broadway shows are only so many weeks up on Broadway.
Yeah.
If they're not there year round, you know what I mean? Or they're not there for 25 years or 50 years. They're not there for 50 years doing the same show on Broadway. And it's because the production of that is a lot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's not easy. It's not an easy production when it's weekly like that. So I just think, and with the multiple shows that are going on, you don't just have Monday Night Raw. You have SmackDown, and you have
NXT.
Saturday Night Events, and you have all these days that it's running, so it's multiples. I don't think TKO is the company to continue that, and I think they kind of know it, and I think at some point they'll stop investing big money towards it, and maybe that's what's been going on and why it's kind of taking a fall, and why they're not bringing in. They used to have a roster that was 13 men deep. And everybody had contracts. Now not everybody has the contract at all.
No.
So
I know that there's one guy that has a 15-year contract. That's Jim McIntyre. He signed in October. He's the only one that has an actual huge contract, 15 friggin' years. So after when all these wrestlers are gone, at the end in the career, Drew McIntyre is still gonna be around, and I think they're focusing more on him.
Right, and mind you, a lot of these guys, I think, a lot of these people are going to start going out of the business.
Oh, yeah.
I know Cody's only 2 years, year and a half into his moment that he's always strived for. But that's going to... I don't see Cody Rhodes going into 28.
No.
Maybe I see him finishing 26 and starting into 27. I see Cody stepping away from it.
And then him being in the production area or the creative writing, because if that was anything what Cody is, then put him with the writing crew, right? Like, get him
right.
Right.
I don't see Punk staying.
No,
too much longer.
There's a lot of guys on the current roster that in 2028 you're not going to see no more.
No, that's what I'm saying. By 2028. You're going to see that WWE wrestler you're all accustomed to. You're going to see that, into nothing. And so, because they're not developing anybody deep into the roster now, as these people, I hate to think that WWE is just going to be kind of this afterthought, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Same here.
If WWE becomes an afterthought for people instead of like avid every Monday, every Friday, you know what I mean? Those avid people are starting to
wean themselves out of it and say,
wean themselves out of it.
Whatever, right? Like, I don't know if the WWE doesn't really respect their fans, then why should this fan respect them, right? It's that simple.
I don't really think they do.
No.
Yeah, there was a point in time, and this was kind of like the backstage thing, right? So when you're at Mania and you're watching behind the scenes, like fans going to all these different events and standing in long lines and all the things, there was a lot of us that would stand around and be like, this is great. Like, this is exciting. Like, this is awesome. Look at these little kids. They like... They're experiencing something it's just magic to them, and you're a part of that, right? You're a part. My family is a part of that, making those moments happen. But over time, you start to hear, I can't believe these people believe this crap. You start to hear those rumblings. And those are kind of the people that needed to start exiting out of the business, right?
Oh, yeah, of course.
You need to start making your way out of the business because it just almost seems like at night now they're kind of like, it's okay that they opened the curtain, don't get me wrong. I think when they opened the curtain back in the Attitude Era, I think that... Sure, there was some stunning moments that were divulged back then, but I think now everybody kind of knows that it's a skit or it's a gimmick or whatever, right? And I think that they don't do themselves justice when they put these documentaries out, and the documentaries aren't even truthful.
I know. I haven't watched a single one of those Unreals. I haven't watched the first one. I'll be damned if I'm watching the second one. I really don't care. I really don't.
Yeah. So, I've watched most of Unreal, and I actually stopped watching some of those episodes later. Like, I might have watched 6 of them. I stopped watching it because there was such bullshit they were putting on the screen.
I don't know. I look at it thinking, Last time I watched a
They
documentary,
weren't being real.
last time I watched a documentary was Vince McMahon documentary. That was it. That's all I wanted to see.
Yeah, I watched that too, but like
Yeah.
the pulling back of the pretending to pull the curtain back and give you like be transparent and give you guys the deal. Like they're not. They're not. I'm telling you, they're not.
Yeah.
They're not.
Yeah.
They're making it almost like they created the backstage to be something that they wanted to create it to be.
Yeah.
That is not. It's not that.
That's true.
You know, and so I think once they did that, once they started pretending these documentaries were like the real truth,
Yeah.
once they started doing that, then I think, because I think it's always been going on, but
Yeah.
like, how do I say this? Like, I think it's always been going on throughout the course of time where little snippets of truth were
Yeah.
seeping out on things.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of people, and so we're talking 70s, 80s,
Yeah.
kind of early 90s. I think there's a lot of people in that group that were seeping things out that wasn't the truth.
Yeah. That's true.
I think they're telling they were, telling stories, whatever, about their lives or whatever, but they weren't giving you like, they were still in that gimmicky
Yeah. Yeah.
mindset of telling you a story that just wasn't true.
Yeah. Like, you
And
get,
I think a lot of them went with it. A lot of them went with it. Some of them didn't even know they were telling a story, and they did.
Yeah.
But because some of them didn't know like some of the dynamics that was going like around them.
Yeah.
I mean, look, if you have the owners, and I keep going back to this story because it's kind of the preface of a lot of things. If you have the owner's daughter dating a wrestler who is involved with another wrestler,
Yeah.
and that other wrestler that's being cheated on had no idea,
Yeah.
but the entire building around her did,
I know, right?
then
Yeah.
how does people like Jake the Snake know that what they're saying is 100% accurate? How
Yeah.
does Hulk Hogan know that what he's saying is 100% accurate? Like, come on, people. Like, let's think about this a little bit. They managed to keep an entire affair
Yeah.
away from a person that they saw every day,
Yeah.
right?
Go figure, right?
Like, you just gotta kind of use common sense when it comes to some of that shit, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, of course, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
You gotta use your own discernment of what you
I mean,
know.
I could just imagine if social media was so big back in the day that they would get away with half this shit, right? Like, just imagine that, right? Like,
Yeah, social media now plays a big role into things, but I think there's still people, like, so for me, like, I have nothing tying myself to WWE at all. Like, at all. Even if Frank was living and still working, I wouldn't have anything to do with, like, I have no ties to them.
Yeah.
But would I keep things to myself? Probably, but
Yeah.
and I think there are a lot of people in the business that at some point during their life are going to make a decision, like I made a decision to say, I got to save the legacy of my family because WWE is doing this crap that I just can't take anymore, you know? And so, especially when you've been in the business for a long time, like some of them are still there, 35 years later and 40 years later, sitting in production, these people have a lot they could talk about.
Yeah. They really do.
And if they want their legacy to, for their loved one, if they want their legacy to be what they want their legacy to be for their children and their grandchildren, they're going to be speaking some shit here sometime when they get out of the business.
Oh, no kidding, right? No, I don't, and I don't blame them if they even, let's just say, for instance, that I don't know, pick a guy here, Bobby Roode, for instance, Bobby Roode here, okay, a writer, a producer, all right. Let's just say that he just got from WWE. Would he actually spill the truth? I don't think he would.
No, there's some people. So you have to understand, people like Bruce,
Oh,
right?
Yes.
People like people like JBL.
Like Dave
People
Meltzer,
like
of course,
that.
for one. Right.
Yeah. They're never going to speak
No.
the truth
No, I never will.
about a lot of things. And here's why. Because they're involved in too many stories.
Yeah.
They're either involved in or know of too many things that are not
Yeah. No, I see that. No, but yeah.
that may lead to
Yeah.
charging people with things
Yeah.
that they're not going to divulge anything.
No.
Because they're not going to want anybody to put these timelines together. Shit. I saw something pop off, a subject matter pop off, and it doesn't matter what that subject matter was. I saw a subject matter pop off, and within a day's time, the internet sleuths had found the information and got it all out there. So there's no way people like them are ever going to speak on stories behind the scenes other than the ones they were scripted to be allowed to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're not going. It would tie them to so much stuff.
You know,
But
the one thing we got to discuss though, Bench, on the road is the plane ride from hell. I'd love to hear your thoughts about that.
the plane ride from hell.
Yeah, I know you got probably loads of notes to say about that, but we're gonna do that for some other time.
Yeah, we'll talk about that another time.
Yeah. No, but hey, it's great talking to you again.
Yeah, it was great talking to you. Okay, everybody, guys, we're definitely going to be breaking off, and you can stay, and we'll answer Collins or a few questions. Sid will answer someone his. But don't forget to follow both of us.
Yeah, we're pretty cool.
We do come on here every Sunday night. We do be on the Turnbuckle. We're here on TikTok for now, but Sid, I don't know.
Yeah,
I've heard both ways that these no owners are not going to allow you and I to talk anymore.
Yeah. We have to really
to see our stuff, so we're really going to have to. I mean, I'll email you if that happens, but we really have to narrow ourselves down to whether we're going to think YouTube or think Clapper. Right now, Right now, I can't be on the YT with a guest.
Yeah.
I can be live, but I can't be with guests.
Yeah, and the big Clapper, we can do both right there, right? It's like...
Yeah, so it might be Clapper just because that is the one. So if we get separated this week coming up, for whatever reason, if we get separated, go there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll be there. If I get separated, I'll just email you. Like, hey, I'm done. Get over here.
Yeah. If I can't see you anymore on here, then we'll go to.
But so far, I'm doing great on here. Like no violations, no nothing. I'm like, hey, this is just great. The only problem I have on here.
No, I knew that, but they might not. They're not going to let the U.S. go on international.
See, I got Canadian Netflix. It's no different, right? So I can still do that, right? Because.
But aren't you under? I'm viewing you. You're on international.
Yeah.
You're not on a U.S. network.
No, I'm not.
So what I'm saying is, this is what we're talking about is they're getting ready to. They might say the USA can only be on in the USA.
Yeah.
Only United States accounts can be with United States accounts, and globally, you guys. So if that happens, though, I'll see you on Clapper and we'll make a plan.
Oh yeah, of course we will, of course.
Bianca, you too. You can just go to Clapper if you have Clapper.
He's so in Toronto. Yay, T-Town, eh?
Yeah. If any of you are internationally and, go to Clapper, my same screen name, his is what?
Well, mine's on my profile. If you look at my profile, there it is, right?
Okay. Go to his profile and find his. Yeah, it's a different username than the one sub.
So, yeah. Oh, you got a big following here. Hang on. That's cool.
Good. Yeah, just if we get separated for whatever reasons, guys, go to Clapper, okay?
Yeah, we'll be over there. I can record over there. I can do it the way I'm doing it tonight on here. I can do it over there the same way for Clapper, so that's golden.
Okay, and are you going to be able to send me the video?
I'm going to do some editing on it, and then I'm going to send it to you maybe like Tuesday, Wednesday, kind of.
Oh, yeah, no worries.
Yeah, I'll put it to your email and stuff, and I'll get all that set up, and then there you go, right?
Because I want to break it up and put a little bit on YT and a little bit Clapper.
Oh, yeah, I'll give you the whole thing. I'm just going to take some stuff, out and this and that kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah. Some of the little things in between.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not a big deal. But yeah,
All right.
when I do send it off to you, I'll let you know right away. I'll DM you, whatever, and say, hey, it's coming to you today.
Okay.
Here it is, kind of deal.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so I will see you
All right,
guys
I
later.
appreciate you guys. Thank you. Great episode. Great conversation as always.
Yeah, always.